Jack here, JBF Music and Guitar Lessons. So this video is a bit different from what I normally do. If you like it, let me know with a like and a comment. If you don't like it, let me know what specifically you don't like so I can make this content a bit more geared to what you guys are actually interested in. But basically, I was noodling around the other day and came up with this little lick. It's a kind of A Dorian thing, and I came up with some other ideas around it, so I thought what I'd do is explain them and break them down, because it just, there's something about it I just really quite liked. So what I'm doing is starting it off by sweep picking. There's a card up there if you want a bit more information on that. So I'm using a downstroke on the D, the G and the B strings, going from the 10th fret to the 9th to the 8th. Now if you're new to sweep picking, you've not done it before, this shape in particular is a really good one to start off with. If you've been playing for a few years and you're fairly technically proficient, you might find that this sort of mini sweep you can get down fairly quickly without too much hassle, sometimes anyway. And what we're doing here is essentially downward pick slanting, so I've covered this before with the lesson card up there. But as I say, downstroke through these strings, and then I'm doing a hammer and a pull off from the 8th to the 10th. Then I'm going to do upward pick slanting, and I'm going to come through this the way we came, the 9th and the 10th frets. So you got that. And a bit slower. And then there's only one extra bit to finish off what I consider to be the core of this lick. I'm sliding from this 9th fret up to the 11th on the G string. So we have. And you can even hang it there, that's kind of what I did initially. Why this works over Dorian and sounds good in particular, if we break it down and have a look at the notes, we're starting here on a C, then we have an E, a G, and an A. So you might recognise those notes are actually outlining an A minor 7, A, C, E, G. That's an A minor 7 arpeggio. So I suppose a kind of bonus tip, this little shape here, you're actually playing a minor 7th arpeggio. What makes it Dorian is that after this we slide up to the sharp, which is A's major 6th. And the major 6th is the note that makes Dorian distinct from the Phrygian and Aeolian modes. So if it was, for example, an Aeolian lick, we could go to the F, which would be the flat 6. Whereas the Dorian thing we're doing, it's got that kind of slightly more funky, out there kind of vibe. So what I did for the lick in the intro was I just kind of came down the G string after that. So after this slide here, I'm just doing it, going down the scale, kind of stepwise motion. And then to make things a little bit more interesting, coming down here. And then I'm doing, this is something I do all the time, I think I stole this from like Chris Poland or Marty Friedman, one of those guys anyway. I'm bending the flat 5 up to the 5th and giving it some vibrato. It just adds a little bit more spice. So if we want to analyse the intervals there, what I'm doing is sliding from the major 6 to the 5th, the 4th to the 5th, and back to the 4th, flat 3rd to the 4th, back to the flat 3rd, then we have the 2nd to the flat 3rd, back to the 2nd, there, flat 7th, 4th, flat 7th to root, then I'm doing that flat 4 sharp, sorry, sharp 4 flat 5, whatever way you want to think about it, blues note, bending it up a semitone. So that full version of the lick slowly. As a side note as well, instead of just going, I'm adding in like a tiny bend. It's not really vibrato, because it's just one kind of tiny micro bend on those notes on the G string there. And here's another variation. So this is sort of a vaguely Mateus Asato type lick, so for more on him check out the card up there. But it starts off exactly the same. We're doing that A minor 7 arpeggio, sliding up to the major 6th, and then to the 5th as well from the 4th. Then here what I was doing is going from the 4th to the blues note, back to the 4th, down to the 3rd, flat 3rd I should say, maybe bending it a tiny bit, then hammering on that 4th, and then I went to the flat 7 and did kind of mute it here, kind of bubble picking that thing, hit it 2 or 3 times, yeah, hit it twice and then slide on the 3rd, up to the root, letting the root ring out, and then I'm using this finger to pluck the string there. A very small amount of hybrid picking going on, but for more on that check the lesson up. So another bonus tip here. If you find out like a core thing that you really like, you can build a lot of licks off it and you can use it as like a jumping off point to come up with more ideas. So if you come up with something you like, it doesn't just have to be this one isolated lick, you can use it to explore all sorts of different things. And here is a third and final variation. So here again, I'm really milking this A minor 7 arpeggio shape because I think it's just really cool and nice and easy to play, and also the slide thing. But here I'm kind of varying it. So the first time it's the same as what we've done before. The second time I do it, rather than doing that small vibrato, I'm kind of doing a bend, so a semitone bend. So here we'd be bending the major 6 up to the flat 7th and back down. Sliding back down to that 5th. Then it's back to the first one, the good lick that you've probably got ingrained into your brain by now. And then to finish things off with, I started off exactly the same. And then what I did was I bent up to the flat 7. And then while retaining this bend, I'm using my little finger and I'm playing the 13th fret. But because the string is bent, what note we're really getting is the 14th fret here, which is an A, which is our root. So in that final bit, we're going through the arpeggio, bending up a semitone, then playing that note there on the 13th fret, which is the root, and adding in some vibrato. This is a quite unusual way to hold the strings, so if you're not used to it, getting some control might be a bit difficult. I have covered extending bends and taps before in the lesson up there. The only thing to watch out for is when you're adding in vibrato, just make sure you got a nice kind of solid grip on it, because this little finger can throw things off. Rather than try to add the vibrato with your little finger, I use these. So here I'm still kind of bending the string with these to vibrate it, and this guy's just kind of just along for the ride at this point. So that was how to build some licks around what is essentially a basic A Dorian theme. If you want some more licks, check out this playlist. If you want some A Dorian jam tracks to play over, click here. But yeah, if you've enjoyed this and want to stay up to date with the channel, hit subscribe, click like, that really seems to help out. Share on social media, leave a comment and enable notifications by ringing that little bell on the side if you feel so inclined. Cheers guys.